So I just finished 10x Rule, and at the beginning, I wasn't too big of a fan. I didn't like the book. It felt like it was just another self-help self-help book. So I was about to put it down, but I decided to keep going with it. I did skip a couple chapters because it did feel repetitive, and I felt like he was just repeating the same thing over and over. But after a certain chapter, let me check. I would say like starting chapter 3, that's kind of when I started enjoying the book. And it was one of those things where it was like a nice reminder for me. Um, and it was super similar to another book that I read called um, Outliers, and it basically just talks about how some of the top performers in whatever field are not necessarily the ones who are talented or gifted or whatever, but they're the ones who put the most amount of time. And this book was super similar to that, in where the people who put extra amount of time, which would be like the 10 times more work than the average person, are the people who really succeed and um, are recognized in their field. So I thought that was kind of cool. It also came with like a couple of like other tidbits of like, I kind of needed to hear and understand this, and have it repeated to a certain point. Um, some of them, like chapter 8, which is average is a failing formula. There's no shortage of success. Assume control of everything. Um, Obsession isn't a disease, it's a gift. Um, Criticism is a sign of success. Excuses. And um, so like one of them is I've always tried to be someone that was like under the radar and like doesn't really cause trouble, or doesn't really like, I try to succeed, but at the same time I try to be really low key about it, I guess, which I guess kind of good, but at the same time it's like it doesn't allow me to really prosper in any way. It's kind of kept me in a similar place. Um, so I think I'm gonna try to, you know, get out of that a little bit and try to really um, break out of my shell. I'm not exactly sure how, but I'm gonna try to do it. Um, so we'll see what happens from there. But I really enjoy this book. I would um, it is super similar to every other self-help book. So if you read a lot of them, maybe you want to skip out on it, but it has like a lot of good reminders. So maybe just like skim through it or skip a couple chapters or whatever. Normally he gives like the point like at the beginning. So if it feels like it's something like you already kind of know or you don't need to be reminded of, then just skip the chapter. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it, and we'll see what book I read next.